As many of you know, I spend a lot of time on various forums. I love forums. It's a love that I developed back when I was in the 5th grade. I was like 10 years old. I would have to wait at the public library after school for a few hours every day before my mom got off work and picked me up because we lived real far away from where I went to school. And basically I would never read, fuck reading, but there were computers that you could get on for like an hour at a time, and they couldn't run games, but you could get on forums, so I would get on the RuneScape forums, and when my hour was up, I'd go into the bathroom, rub one out, and then I'd get back in line to get on the computer, and I would repeat that process like 3 or 4 times in 2 hours. But recently, some rumors have been floating around on the forums I dwell on these days. Rumors about Black Ops 3 zombies, and basically the notion is that Treyarch has wanted to do some very ambitious stuff with their zombies for a long time, but they've been sort of capped by the Xbox 360, and these rumors are starting to become very, very exciting. However, they've had very extensive discussions about where they want to take the game, and a very, very detailed, thorough account of these discussions has been leaked through various unnamed sources. And again, this is all rumors and speculation, and if there is any confirmation, it won't be for at least a year. But I will lay out the rumors for you, and you can judge for yourself. For starters, the small stuff, the Turned in Grief game modes will be returning, but we'll have up to 24 people in a lobby with unique maps designed specifically for those game types. These maps will include interactive features that you can use to thwart your enemies, such as raising a drawbridge, opening a floodgate, and apparently quite a few explosive barrels to boot. Now in these game modes, in every game mode, you will have access to custom classes, custom zombies classes. They'll work very similarly to the Modern Warfare 3 Specialist class. You can select perks for your zombies class, but you'll only have access to that perk after you've crossed a certain threshold of points in-game. No word on what perks will be included, though there is talk of a brand new perk which will allow you to jump very, very high. You can also customize your weapon with attachments, including but not limited to sights, underbarrel shotgun, flamethrower, rapid fire, incendiary, ammo, extended mags, laser sight, and noob tubes. There will also be a brand new attachment, the bayonet, which has been described as performing a super powerful melee kill. You may also pick up a limb off of a dead zombie and stick it on your bayonet. The stench will trick other zombies into thinking you're a zombie, but if you attack in any way or get too close to a zombie, the ruse is up. Pack-a-punching your weapon will be something you still have to do in-game, though every attachment will have its own unique improved effect when pack-a-punched as well. There will be your traditional zombies game mode similar to Darius, Kino, Shangri-La, where the objective is simply to survive. You will have the option to play with or without custom classes. There will be a new super fast-paced zombie game mode described as similar to Chaos mode from Modern Warfare 3. If most zombie matches are marathons, this is a sprint. It is a lot like the opening sequence on the zombies map Moon, if any of you remember that. The zombies will start at a full sprint and rush you hard on a very small map continually, getting stronger. The goal is to get a high score, and your score multiplier goes up with every zombie kill you get. Again, very similar to Chaos mode. Chaos mode from Modern Warfare 3. Now the final and biggest news is the zombie campaign mode, and this is where shit gets real. Campaign will be playable by up to 8 people on the same team. The zombies' health will begin to multiply by 25% per player after 4 players. So at 8 players in the game, the zombies have twice as much health as they would otherwise. Now take the bus from transit and replace it with a boat. The boat travels in between 4 locations: the village, the lighthouse, the castle, and the cove. The village is an aboriginal tropical location similar to the Shangri-La theme with bamboo huts and whatnot. There's a hidden research lab on the island, and at a certain point in completing the campaign objectives, it becomes clear that the lab experimented with the zombie element on the local village population. The castle will have a medieval Frankenstein theme and will house the power switch that must be activated for a number of reasons. The lighthouse has been described as similar to the map Call of the Dead for obvious reasons, but without all the ice. The cove is a giant cave filled with varying degrees of water. Now the boat itself is a bit smaller than the hijacked map, but there's still some room to maneuver. The only zombie spawn will be at the bottom of the boat, where there's a leak and a small pool of water has formed. All of the zombies will initially emerge from this pool of water. However, from that point, they will be able to climb walls and whatnot and have access to any part of the ship. The zombies will first have to start outside of the ship and in the ocean water, where they're swimming towards your ship. And the amount of zombies that spawn inside of the ship at the bottom in the leak pool down below is directly proportional to the amount of zombies who are able to reach the ship from outside in the water. So the players can stop the zombies in the water and will be aided in this with ship upgrades such as mounted machine guns that can be purchased with earned points. Ultimately, it will be much safer to stop the zombies in the water because the ship consists of very tight and narrow passages where zombies will have the advantage. And then there's the main objective of the campaign, the zombie whale, which is a giant whale that will attack your ship while it travels. If it is able to hit you enough, your ship will be capsized, killing everyone on board and destroying any chance of completing the campaign objectives. To avoid this, a certain amount of damage must be dealt to the whale very quickly to dissuade it from pursuing you. And it can't come at you when you are close to an island because the water is too shallow. Through completing campaign objectives, you will learn that the folks at the village research lab had discovered a way to kill the whale, but because they didn't have a boat, they could not acquire the things they needed to complete the task, and were ultimately overrun by the zombie horde. Your job will be to finish what they couldn't. Now, before they died, they left behind detailed instructions of how to kill the whale. These instructions will require the players to travel to each of the 4 locations and find a piece of the end product, such as a certain chemical hidden in the castle, a certain type of metal that can pierce whaleskin in the lighthouse, etc., etc. Upon obtaining all of these items, players will construct a chemical-tipped whale harpoon that they must shoot directly into the whale head. The chemicals will ruin the whale's sense of depth, and it will follow the ship all the way to an island where it will beach itself. Players are then free to mercilessly fire into the beached whale, killing it, and when it dies, its mouth will open, revealing an entrance. Upon exploring the whale's innards, you will find that Richtofen has carved out a lab in its stomach. He is nowhere to be found, though it seems clear he has just escaped through a still active teleporter. Entering this teleporter is ultimately how you beat the campaign, and upon beating the campaign, players will unlock Dead Ops Arcade 3025. Fuck yeah. Thumbs up for zombie whales.